High Admiral Karath stood before the emergency session of the Galactic Council, his normally pristine uniform disheveled from the urgent summons. Around the vast circular chamber, representatives from 47 different species murmured in their native tongues, creating a cacophony of concern that echoed off the crystalline walls. "Honored delegates," Karath began, his deep voice cutting through the noise. "3 hours ago, our long-range sensors detected a signature we hoped never to see again. The humans have awakened the Prometheus." The chamber fell silent. Even the ethereal collective, who communicated through pure thought, seemed to pause their mental transmissions. The name Prometheus carried weight throughout the galaxy, a weight measured in the destruction of entire star systems. Ambassador Vextra of the Altarian Federation rose from her biopod, her translucent blue form shimmering with agitation. Impossible. The Treaty of Centauri Prime specifically forbade humanity from ever reactivating that monstrosity. "The treaty," interrupted Councillor Zeng, Earth's representative, "was signed under very specific circumstances. Circumstances that no longer apply." Karath activated the holographic display at the chamber's center. The image of a sleek, impossibly large vessel materialized 12 kilometers of matter black hull that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Even as a hologram, the ship radiated an aura of barely contained violence. "For those species who joined the Council after the Void Wars," Karath continued, "allow me to refresh your understanding of why this vessel was banned. The UES Prometheus was humanity's answer to the Exactar swarm, built in the depths of the Sol system during the darkest days of the galactic invasion." The display shifted, showing archival footage from 50 years past. Massive insectoid vessels, each the size of a city, swarmed through space like living nightmares. The Exactar had consumed 17 star systems before the galaxy had even understood what they were facing. "Standard fleet tactics proved useless," Karath explained. "The swarm's bioships regenerated faster than we could damage them. Their numbers seemed infinite. When they reached the Terran colonies, humanity faced extinction within months." Councillor Zeng stood slowly, his aged features bearing the weight of memory. "My grandfather was part of the Prometheus project. He told me they built it in secret, using technology that pushed every known law of physics to its breaking point." The hologram displayed the ship's specifications, and several delegates gasped audibly. The numbers were staggering: power output equivalent to a small star, weapons systems that could crack planets, shields that bent space-time itself. "The quantum disruption cannon alone," whispered Dr. Falneth of the Crystalline Consortium, "could destabilize an entire solar system's gravitational field." "Which is exactly what it did," Karath confirmed grimly. "During the Battle of Kepler 442, Prometheus destroyed not just the Exactar fleet, but the binary stars they were hiding behind. 3 billion Kellery civilians died when their homeworld was flung into the void." The chamber erupted in heated discussion. Some species had lost entire colonies to the Exactar and remembered the desperate times. Others had joined the galaxy after the crisis and viewed the Prometheus as an abomination that threatened cosmic stability. "The ship was too powerful," declared High Priestess Yolara of the Seraphim Order. "It made humanity capable of sterilizing entire sectors at will. No single species should wield such power." "Easy words," Councillor Zeng replied coldly, "from species who never faced total annihilation. The Prometheus ended the war. Without it, the Exactar would have consumed every world in this chamber." Karath raised his hand for silence. "The debate over historical necessity can wait. Our immediate concern is why humanity has reactivated the vessel now, 50 years after agreeing to keep it dormant." All eyes turned to Zeng, who remained standing with the bearing of a man carrying terrible knowledge. "Because they're coming back." The words struck the chamber like a physical blow. Vextra's form flickered with shock. The Exactar? But we destroyed their breeding worlds. We hunted down every last hive ship. We thought we did, Zeng corrected. But our deep space monitoring stations in the void detected quantum signatures identical to swarm biotechnology. They're returning from dark space, and their numbers. He paused, gathering himself. Our estimates suggest they've grown beyond anything we faced before. The holographic display shifted to show sensor readings from the galaxy's edge. Massive distortions in space-time indicated something enormous moving through the void between galaxies. The scale was incomprehensible, not thousands of ships, but millions. The Council has a choice, Zeng continued. We can maintain the ban on Prometheus and face the second swarm with conventional weapons, knowing what happened last time. Or we can acknowledge that sometimes survival requires embracing necessary evils. High Admiral Karath studied the readings with growing dread. During the First War, he had been a junior officer aboard a coalition destroyer. He remembered watching entire fleets vanish beneath waves of chittering bioships, remembered planets stripped of all life in mere days. "How long before they reach our borders?" asked Ambassador Vextra, her voice barely above a whisper. 6 months, Zeng replied. "Maybe 7, if we're fortunate." The chamber fell into contemplative silence. Representatives consulted with their homeworlds through quantum communicators, seeking guidance from leaders who remembered the terror of the first invasion. Finally, Councillor Thex of the machine world spoke, his synthetic voice carrying the weight of cold logic. The Prometheus was banned because it represented a threat to galactic stability. But what stability will remain if the Exactar succeed where they failed before? Karath looked around the chamber, seeing fear and resignation in equal measure. "Then we are agreed? The ban is temporarily lifted?" One by one, the delegates cast their votes. Some enthusiastically, others with obvious reluctance, but the outcome was inevitable. When survival was at stake, even the most dangerous weapons became necessary tools. "The motion passes," Karath announced. "May the ancestors forgive us all." In the depths of space, the UES Prometheus began powering its reality-bending engines, preparing once again to carry humanity's darkest triumph into battle against an enemy that threatened all life in the galaxy.